If you are a stand for something and you just stay engaged, what will show up in your life is exactly what needs to show up. Now, if you're a person of faith, as I am, as I know you are, the other way of saying that is God gives you what you need to fulfill your purpose.
My foundation is my faith in God, and the humility to see my gaps and to, walk in His will for me, whatever that may be. And I have a good sense of what that is. But then also surround myself with folks that, you know, that that put together a stronger package beyond myself.
I know my faith has been a big part of it. Like just to show up for the gift of life, like, no, like, hey man, you get one shot. And at the end of the day, like when you wake up, I know somebody said to me early on when I was getting divorced, hey, write a gratitude list. And I remember thinking like, I was in such a terrible place. I went to write a gratitude list, John, and I couldn't write one thing. I was like, oh my gosh, I had 4 kids and I can't write a gratitude list. You got to be kidding me. So that was a wake up call for me to say, no, like I have to find a way to get grateful. And like John was saying before, like that perspective muscle, like if I want to get a bigger chest, like I got to actually do something about it. If I want to get bigger arms, I actually have to work out. Like what I realized when I got to this tough place in life, I said, boy, I have to actually work on my gratitude muscle. I have to actually work on my perspective muscle every day. They're not going to just work themselves. And I know for me too, like just having the faith that I wasn't alone, that like I really believe like the Holy Spirit is driving the bus, at least for me in my story. And like that was a comforting feeling for me too, to show up for life every day. So
I was 9 in the world. I was just going up the ranks. Even that my mom died, like Sean Casey was talking about faith. With you, Sean, you teaching me about faith. I wasn't growing up believing in God or having that great spirit in my life. So I was kind of alone out there. And that first helped me getting on top of that when my mom died. And you said, no, she's still seeing everything. With my mom dying, reading books, listening to books, that helped me in having faith. And that was the first step for one crisis to overcome that.
Help people let their goodness shine, because I truly believe that there's goodness in all of us. And one of my greatest teachers was Wayne Dyer. It's still Wayne Dyer. We're able to tap into him and listen to him. One of his last lectures he gave in Hawaii, he basically said, I am God. And he said, this is going to freak a lot of people out. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I am God. And I'm not saying I am God, that I am God, but I am God. And we are all God and we're all divine. And we all have it in us to be the best versions of ourselves and a reflection of God simultaneously. And that's, what we bring to the table. And I think when people come into to our restaurants and to the Express, my gift is, I think, is that I know that we all are God and that we have divinity in us. And I believe that we attract who we are. I believe people are coming in, and whether or not they say I am God, or whether or not they actually believe that, their reflection of their godliness is in the restaurant. And I think that's why we're feeling the love and the camaraderie and the friendship and the networking that's going on right now in our restaurant.
Last year, I had been married 22 years, gone through a really bad divorce, and was lost a couple years ago, and had no faith up until that period. But in searching for what was missing, it was really God. And, I opened my heart to faith, and I realized I needed to take responsibility for my marriage. I had blamed my ex-wife for everything, right? She didn't work, she was pessimistic, on and on and on. And I believed it to the point where I got divorced. Well, anyway, I found faith. I needed to accept responsibility for my divorce. We got back together, and as Sean just said, got remarried in November a year ago.